Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Mystic Magic. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the super full moon in Capricorn that's happening on July 13th, 2022. This is a reading for the collective, so there are no piles to choose from today. A couple of quick disclaimers before we start. Tarot is just a tool that reads the current energy, and the energy is always changing, so remember that you have free will and the power to create change. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so take the messages that resonate and leave the rest behind. Don't try to force all the messages to fit for you and your life. There could simply just be messages here that are meant for other people watching that just aren't meant for you. So today we're talking about this full moon in Capricorn, and in the lunar cycle, full moons represent culmination, completion, reflection, and letting go. Supermoons happen when the moon reaches the closest point to the earth on its orbit, making it appear larger in the sky. A supermoon essentially amplifies an already climatic and emotional event. As a cardinal earth sign, Capricorn is hardworking, practical, ambitious, and knows no limits to what it can achieve. Ruled by Saturn, the planet of restrictions, time, karma, and challenging lessons, Capricorn will stop at nothing to achieve success. Capricorn rules the 10th house, which deals with our work, career, success, reputation, and status. The super full moon will be highlighting any limitations surrounding your career, finances, and work-life balance. Some questions that this full moon asks is, what needs to be released? A lack mindset? The mentality that you need to struggle and work hard just to get by? What's preventing you from stepping into your full power and letting the world see you? So today I won't be going into the other astrological events that are happening around the time of this full moon. So we're actually just going to get straight into the reading now. So for now, I'm going to put the tarot off to the side. We're going to get into that in a little bit. And first, let's take a look at some of these oracle cards, which are going to represent the main energy that this super full moon in Capricorn is bringing to us as a collective. So to start, we have Gaia, number 28. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are all infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother and to the universe that birthed us all. We have mysticism. We have the hawk. And then we actually got two of these cards. So we have inner peace. We also have flow. And we have soulmates. Okay, so what I'm getting with these oracle cards here is that there's a really big theme of interconnectedness that I'm getting, especially from this Gaia card here, where it says that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother and to the universe. And I find this mysticism card and this hawk card together like super powerful. To me, this is like whatever you've been unsure about, whatever you've been unclear about, if you've been seeking clarity or answers or guidance on what direction to go in, and you feel like you've been either wandering aimlessly or maybe feel like you don't really know what you're doing or where you're going, the super full moon is going to reveal that to you. Because this mysticism card talks about the fact that we don't know everything, and the idea of being comfortable with the fact that we don't know everything, or being comfortable with the fact that we may not have answers right now, or that now is not the time to know. But we have this hawk card next to it, and the hawk is all about delivering messages from the divine. So I really think that you're going to be receiving a lot of downloads and a lot of clarity about what direction it is that you're wanting to go in, or just receiving downloads that really change and shift your perspective, that really just make you realize how interconnected everything is. And it's so beautiful because we also have flow and inner peace here. So it's like you've been maybe walking down this path where things seem maybe cloudy or confusing or unsure in some way, but you've been doing your best to follow your instincts and you've been doing an amazing job. And the thing is, it's like you may feel like you've been walking blindly, but you've been guided this whole time with the hawk here. You've been this whole path and this journey that you're going on is divinely guided, and you're never alone. And while for a period of time you may not have had the answers, by really surrendering and just embracing that fact that, okay, I can accept the fact that right now I don't have all the answers, and that's okay. That doesn't mean I'm never going to have the answers. It doesn't mean I'm going to be stuck here forever. It just means that right now I don't know, or that I'm not meant to know. And by accepting this and surrendering to that, it allows you to be in flow with the universe. It allows you to let go of all of that resistance and allow the currents of the universe carry you forward to exactly where you're supposed to be. So if you've been feeling like really stressed out or overwhelmed or like anxious, you're working really hard, you're trying to make things work, you're trying to get things to move along, you're trying to break out of this stagnation, and you find that it's not getting you anywhere, it's because you're not yet meant to know, or up until this point you haven't been meant to know. And that if you let go and release and just allow the universe to take you where you're meant to be, and allow the clarity and the answers to come when they're supposed to come, is really going to bring you such a sense of inner peace. Okay, because sometimes when we feel really overwhelmed and we're trying to do everything by ourselves, it's because we're forgetting that we're not alone, right? We always have the universe to co-create and collaborate with. So it's like you're making it harder for yourself when you're trying to do everything on your own, because, you know, it's almost like an impossible task in a way. There's just certain things that the universe can do for us that we can't do for ourselves, right? And so there needs to be this allowance. We need to allow the universe to take control sometimes and carry us forward to where we need to go, because the universe has the highest perspective, kind of like this hawk, right? The hawk flies so high and has an amazing vantage point of what's happening down below on the ground. And this is why the hawk is considered to be a messenger of the divine, because it flies so highly that it's in touch with the higher realms and it's in touch with the divine, but it can also come back down to earth, to where we are, and deliver these messages, right? So it's like allowing yourself to go down this path and to really just be in flow and be in the current of life. It's going to lead you to exactly where you're supposed to be. It's going to lead you to a very fated situation or meeting. So this could have to do with a person, either a romantic partner, this could be like a platonic friend, this could be a work partnership, this could be about a particular place, this could be about a career move, for example. It'll be different for everyone, but the point is that this super full moon in Capricorn is ultimately leading you to exactly where you need to be if you're able to surrender and let go and allow the universe to do what it needs to do. You're really being encouraged to step into your feminine energy during this full moon, which is all about surrendering, receiving, being in the flow, being in tune with what's going on around you, being in tune with your psychic gifts, your spirituality, being in tune with the earth, the universe, the divine. Okay, and taking these downloads and giving them time to integrate so that you can receive your clarity. And it's without a doubt that this clarity is going to come. On this inner peace card, we have these lily flowers, which are actually quite similar to lotus flowers, because these they're water lilies, I think that's what they're called. But they essentially grow in a very similar way to lotus flowers, where they start as a bulb, you know, in these muddy waters and grow up through the dirt, and then when they open up at the surface of the water, they're pure and pristine and beautiful, and they're clean, and you would never think that they would had to have grown through this muddy, dirty water. So enlightenment is coming. The answers that you need are coming. Okay, I feel like this is gonna be really deep and profound, okay, because we have all this water happening here. And it really may, when you receive this download or you receive this clarity, I feel like it's really going to, you're really gonna feel it. It's not just gonna be like an idea that pops into your head, but I think you're really gonna feel it on a deep level. Like an overwhelming rush of feeling. But it's really peaceful. It's really peaceful and tranquil, and it's just like having this moment of clarity, but also this moment of peace, because like everything's gonna click and make sense to you, and you're gonna be like, oh, okay, like now I see where I need to go, or now I see why things weren't working out for me, or now I see what my next step is. And I think you're going to be realizing that it's like you've had the key all along to unlock this wisdom, or to reach this stage of the journey that maybe you felt like at one point you would never actually get there. So it really comes down to divine timing and trusting and believing that the answers and the clarity will come exactly when it's meant to. And that in the meantime, there may be some more things that need releasing, because we do have another full moon here in the flow card. So you could be going through kind of like a period of purging where you're letting go of a lot of things, especially in your emotional body and your energetic body, I want to say. I think there's been a lot of purging and releasing, and it's like I feel like you're almost there in a sense, because we have 28 here, which reduces to 10, and then we have a 5 here with the number 41, so 5 is half of 10, so it's like you're at least halfway to reaching the end. And now at this stage, it's like I just heard let go and let God. So I don't know if that's maybe something that you say to yourself, but it's essentially just about surrendering and releasing and allowing yourself to let go of anything that's holding you back, or anything that's been weighing you down, anything that no longer serves you, and handing that to the universe, or handing that to Mother Gaia, and asking if they can transmute this energy for you and say, this is no longer mine to carry, and I ask that you transmute these experiences and these energies into love and light, so that I can heal and carry forward. And I trust that I'm being guided to exactly where I'm meant to be. That's like the overall kind of vibe that I'm getting with these cards here for this full moon in Capricorn, is, to put in very simple terms, surrendering and letting the universe guide you so that you can receive your clarity or your answers at the perfect moment. And I know it can be frustrating, because it can feel like, well, I'm ready for the answer right now. And I totally get that. But sometimes we may feel like we're ready, but there could be something going on either energetically, emotionally, mentally, that maybe we can't see, that's holding us back a bit, or that if we had the answers or the clarity, that maybe we wouldn't understand it to the same degree, or maybe we would sabotage ourselves or sabotage the experience, or not appreciate the moment as much when it comes. Like, there's a lot of different things that we don't necessarily think about that can feel really frustrating when we're waiting for clarity or answers. So I really feel for you if you've been in that position, but just know that the answers are coming, the clarity is coming, the next step, the next action, the direction that you need to go in, everything is going to be made clear to you. It's just a matter of being patient and allowing the universe to work on its own timing and schedule. And just imagine yourself in one of those pool donuts, you know, those like floaty tube, you know what I'm talking about. Imagine yourself on one of those, and you're just very peacefully going down this river, letting the universe take you to your ultimate destination. So let's get the tarot and find out more. Spirit guides, please. What can the collective expect with this super full moon in Capricorn, please? It's happening July 13th, 2022. What is going on with this super full moon in Capricorn for the collective, please? What can the collective expect? What does the collective need to know about this super full moon in Capricorn, please? Okay, so we have the Page of Wands coming out. Let's see what else. What can the collective expect with this super full moon in Capricorn, please? Oh wow, okay. We also have the Page of Cups. What else, please? What's going on with this super full moon? Okay. So, yeah. We also have the Tower in reverse. Okay. What else, please? What can the collective expect with this super full moon in Capricorn? Okay, we also have Temperance. On the back of the deck, we have Death. With Death underneath the deck, it's like, yeah, it's like you can't see all of these changes and shifts that are happening behind the scenes that need to happen first before, you know, this message or this news, this information, this clarity comes in. It's like there's a lot that's happening behind the scenes that we can't see, that we need to allow to happen first, before we can actually receive what we're meant to receive. With the Tower in reverse here, this is like exactly what I was saying with, it's just so interesting because we talk about, you know, needing to accept the fact that we don't yet know, but that these messages are coming in for us soon. And then we have 2 pages here. Pages are all about delivering messages. Okay, and then we also have the Tower in reverse, which talks about this really deep transformation of the self. Okay, and then we have Temperance and Death, which both talk about alchemy in different ways, right? Death talks about transitioning, life, death, rebirth. Okay, so the reason that these messages or information hasn't yet come in is because you're still going through, and I did feel like earlier that you've been going through a lot of purging and releasing, and so you're still going through that. Okay, you're still in that process of releasing and purging and alchemizing, transmuting all of these experiences and these energies. And once you're finished doing that, you're also going to be entering this period of healing and integration, which is why we have all of this water and this feminine energy. So that's why it's like, you know how I said we have like 5 out of 10, it's like you're halfway there. So it's like you're either finished purging or soon you will be finished purging, and then you'll be entering this state of healing and integrating these new energies, these new lessons. Okay, and once the healing is complete, then it's like, then you'll be in the right state of mind, you'll be in the right emotional state, and energetically you'll be in a position where you're actually able to receive these messages, and not only just receive them, but be able to act on them. Okay, so maybe this could be about, let's say you've gone through a really heavy breakup. Okay, maybe this was like a karmic connection, for example, and you're purging and releasing all of these energies. You know, you're realizing why maybe this situation happened, or why you had to meet this person, and what it is that they made you realize and learn about yourself. And once you've finished healing from this breakup and integrating these lessons and information that you've gained during this whole experience, maybe then you'll receive clarity about what kind of person you actually want to be with. You know, maybe someone who's loyal, someone who has the same values as you, someone who's patient, who's kind, you know, whatever it is. So you receive clarity on that, and you receive clarity on, you know, what it is that you deserve and how you deserve to be treated. And then once you have that clarity, then the universe will put you on the path to connect you with a soulmate, with someone who will actually treat you right. Okay, so this is just an example, but this is the kind of thing that I'm getting. With the Page of Wands and Page of Cups, this could be about, like I said, maybe a relationship, or this could even be just about finding what you're really passionate about, maybe finding what your purpose is, finding something that you really want to dedicate yourself to. But I feel like for most of you, it's going to be something new, or something that you haven't explored a lot, something that maybe you haven't taken too seriously. So it could even be like a hobby for some of you, and then realizing like, actually I really love doing this thing, and like I think I just want to dedicate my life to doing that. And then you like turn it into a whole career, maybe you start your own business. It's something like that I'm picking up here. But it will be something that you'll need to nurture and grow. It has a lot of potential with 2 pages here, but pages are very young, fresh energy. It's not something that's quite solidified or contained, I want to say. It's like a burst of fresh energy, a breath of fresh air, I want to say. and it's very exciting. It's like it will, this energy, this motivation, this excitement, it's enough to get you started, but it's not enough to sustain you, is something that I want to say, which is why it requires a lot of like attention, consistency, dedication, right? All of these typical Capricorn qualities that we hear about, right? But I want to know more about this Death card. Spirit guides, can you clarify death? What is transforming with death? What's happening here? Why is death the back of the deck energy? Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles coming out. Let's grab one more. Yeah, it's like something that you've been clinging on to that isn't serving you or helping you anymore, that needs to go or needs to be transmuted or transformed into something different. Okay, we also have the Two of Cups as well. And on the back of the deck now, we have the Six of Wands. So know that you will be successful in this. It may feel like sometimes like this journey is never going to end, or this experience is never going to end, but we see a happy, successful conclusion or resolution to this. With the Four of Pentacles and the Two of Cups here, this is making me feel like maybe you've been clinging on to parts of yourself that you've outgrown, or maybe parts of you that aren't even actually yours. Maybe these are just masks or layers of personas that you've adopted in order to fit in order to be accepted, in order to be understood by others. This could be like social conditioning or even just different societal pressures. And I feel like part of this transformation is you finally letting go of those things, and it's like really meeting who you truly are and getting to know yourself on a soul level, and getting to know yourself authentically and stepping into your most authentic self and being like, okay, well, you know, I'm actually super creative, and like I actually want to pursue something creative instead of, you know, continuing down this school path that I was going down because this is the thing that's most commonly accepted in my family. Or maybe being like, you know what, I actually don't really like partying, and I only ever really did that because that's what my friends are doing, but I never really liked it, and you know, I would rather stay in on Saturday night and play some board games, or like read or play video games or something. You know what I mean? It's like accepting yourself for who you really are. I just saw 3333 on the timer, so you may be seeing a lot of repeating threes. I also want to point out, so we have 41 and then we have 14 with Temperance here, so you may also see a lot of ones and fours too. Okay, so that's really interesting. Okay, let's take a look at some advice for you for this super full moon in Capricorn. We have you're very close to achieving your goal, gibbous moon. Yeah, like I said, it's like you've passed the halfway point and you're getting there slowly but surely. Okay, let's see this other card. We also have You Are Enough, full moon in Virgo. Okay. So exactly, it's like just because it hasn't happened yet, it doesn't mean that it's not happening for you at all. It's like, you are enough, you are good enough, you are deserving enough for this thing to come into your life. Okay, you're deserving of having peace, of being connected to the people around you, being connected to the earth, being connected to the universe, to source. And you're on the right path, you're facing the right direction, and you're making a lot of progress, and you're very close to reaching this point where you can finally accept and receive all of these experiences or energies or people or whatever it is that's been on your heart for a really long time. Okay, and the fact that it hasn't come in yet has nothing to do with you being unworthy or you being not good enough, not being healed enough, not being high vibrational enough. That's not it at all. It's just there's things that are happening behind the scenes that it's like it's happening for your greatest good, that these things happening behind the scenes are happening, even though it may feel like it's taking a long time or it feels like obstacles keep coming up. It's like it's for your own good, that you don't know what you feel like you need to know quite yet, if that makes sense. It's like, it's kind of like, you know, when you're a kid and all you want to eat is like pizza and chicken nuggets and stuff, and then, you know, your mom's like, no, you have to eat your vegetables, like they're good for you. It's like that kind of situation where it's like, well, I don't want my vegetables. You know, I don't want to wait for the answers. But we know that by doing it, or we learn over time that by doing it, like, hey, you know, my mom was actually right, and when I eat vegetables, it makes me really healthy, and it makes me strong, and it makes me feel good. The same way that in time you'll look back and you'll realize, like, wow, thank God that that experience didn't come into my life any sooner, because I wouldn't have been ready for it. That's really what I'm getting with those two cards. Next, let's take a look at our self-care cards. So these will represent self-care ideas that will really benefit you specifically during the time of this super full moon in Capricorn. So we have, look at that, 33. Yes, and we saw that on the timer before. Make a vision board. Okay. And we also have dream journal. Ooh, okay, so yeah, visions, dreaming. We have the third eye chakra, this hawk card. Yeah, again, it's like this idea of receiving downloads and information. Keep track of your dreams, because you might receive a lot of information in your dreams, or have like visions, or if you randomly start like daydreaming about something, or if like something pops into your head, pay attention to it and write it down, because it's kind of like this Gaia card here, where it's like we're all infinitely connected. Everything is infinitely connected to each other. So sometimes we'll receive these like random downloads of information that don't feel like they're connected in any way, and then like all of a sudden one day we realize how all of these things connect, and then it's just like, whoa, holy shit, okay, I'm starting to see the picture that's being painted here. But this make a vision board is really aligned with this gibbous moon card, because it's like you're very close to achieving your goal. So like stay fixed on that vision, like don't give up on that vision that you have. And you like literally you can make a vision board about whatever it is that you're trying to manifest here, or trying to gain an understanding on. So if this is about like a business idea, for example, and you like really want to do your own thing, but you don't really know like how you would do it, or how you should start, or you have a million different questions that you need guidance on, start making a vision board of different things that you would like to see incorporated into that, you know, like what inspires you, what motivates you, what do you enjoy. Put all of these things together and put it somewhere that you can see it every day, just so that it keeps you aligned with that energy. And in moments where you start to feel doubtful, or you start to feel like this is never going to happen for you, you can look to this vision board to remind you, like, no, don't give up. Stay fixed on this vision, this dream, this idea that you have, and like the clarity is going to come. I feel like for most of you, especially with all of these upper chakras being highlighted, the hawk, talking about visions and all of these things, I feel like for a lot of you, a lot of the information will come to you while you're sleeping. And I also feel like a lot of this healing, integration, and purging is happening while you're sleeping as well. So if you've not been sleeping well lately, I feel like this is why. But your sleeping will start to improve as you enter the like healing and integrating phase. I feel like when we're purging, at least for me personally, I find that I have trouble sleeping at night. But definitely keep track of your dreams. Write down whatever it is that you can remember when you wake up. So let's take a look at our final oracle cards here. These are going to represent any final messages, any blessings, challenges, or just anything else that you need to know about this super full moon in Capricorn. So we have bag, something important such as a new job or a raise. Yeah, like maybe that's what you're trying to make happen with like this vision board here. Okay, we have barrel. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Yeah, that's like kind of with these pages here. It's like that lack of inspiration, or that lack of like not feeling the spark, you know? Ooh, okay, we have throne, position of authority. We have the month of March. We have yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. We have kangaroo, unsettled times, need to plan ahead. We have camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. And we also have angels, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. Yes. Actually, I'll put this one over here. Exactly, this angel card is like this hawk card. You've been guided through this whole thing, and you're being protected and really being watched over, even if you can't see it or feel it. Oh my god, look at this. And there's more lilies on this card. So lilies can be a very important symbol for you. I've actually been seeing a lot of lilies around lately myself. Something that I've never really noticed before, but this summer I've been seeing them everywhere, and it's really been catching my attention. So this is really interesting because exactly with this barrel and this yoke, I feel like that's where you've been feeling like something's missing, feeling really frustrated about this process of, it's like wanting to transition into something better, but not quite being there yet, and maybe not quite understanding how to fully get there. And what you don't see is that you are making progress. It's just, it hasn't caught up to the physical yet. It hasn't caught up to our 3D world yet, but there's a lot going on energetically and behind the scenes for you in order to improve your situation. You may feel really unsettled. You may feel like, you know, I need to make a plan for the future. I need to really step up. And you will, okay? We have this camel here, persevere and you will overcome problems. And this is like, this camel card is like the essence of Capricorn energy. Okay, Capricorn is so ambitious, and there's nothing, literally nothing that can get in the way of Capricorn and achieving its goal. So some of the advice that's coming through is to really dig deep and remember how strong of a person you are, and you are so capable of overcoming any obstacles or challenges that come your way. And as well, this throne card, position of authority, that's also really making me think of Capricorn energy. It's like stepping back into your power and taking control of your life. If you feel like something is lacking, it's time to start identifying, like, okay, there's this general feeling of like something is missing, but let's start to figure out what that is, because once we can identify it, then we can start to make a plan of how to actually bring that into our life, right? So again, this could be about a job specifically, or a career. It could also be about love. But this position of authority, you could be meeting someone important. Maybe their birthday is in March. So they could be a Pisces or Aries. And so maybe this is like, okay, for example, the scenario that I'm getting is you sent out a job application for like a position, and like they get back to you, but then they offer you an even better position than you were even thinking. It's like someone higher up has like really caught attention of you and then like offers you a job, or maybe your boss or supervisor or something is noticing how hard you've been working lately and gives you a raise or gives you a bonus or something. But either way, it's like there's someone coming in to offer something or to help you with something, or this is you stepping into your own power and stepping into your own authority and making things happen for yourself. It's going to be different for everyone depending on what your situation is. Like if you like the industry that you're in, or you like the company that you're working at, but maybe you're just feeling a bit bogged down or feeling a bit stagnant, then it could be someone higher up who offers you something and gives you the opportunity to really elevate your career or take things to the next level. Or if you're not happy with your situation and like, you know, maybe you want to start your own business or you want to do this thing or that thing, this could be you really just stepping into your own power and being like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to start making things happen for myself. But either way, always remember that there's so much spiritual love and guidance all around you. And that even if you don't have all the answers that you feel like you need right now, that the universe is always communicating with you and sending you signs and messages and love, and is always protecting you from harm and leading you towards your highest good. So that's everything that I'm seeing for you. Let me know in the comments how this resonated. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching, and hit the post notification bell so you never miss out on when I upload a video. I love you so, so much. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.